5 years old. Not my whole life consistently, but started playing when I was 4 or 5. I come from a family of golf.
Right down the middle. And so what's your handicap?
About 11. Right at the moment, 11.
Everybody's saying 11.
Yeah, well, you know, it fluctuates.
What's your best club?
Best club, probably an 8-iron.
And your farthest drive?
Most fun club is the driver, but in terms of club that probably feels most comfortable in hand, probably an 8-iron.
All right, and your farthest drive?
Oh, it depends on where you play, you know. I played in Arizona in the summer. You can hit 265 easy because the air's so thin. Usually about 240.
All right, on a scale of 1 to 10, how do you measure up to Tiger?
Oh my God, there's no comparison. Anybody that tries to measure up to Tiger, you know, I mean, Tiger's he's in a slump in his golf game, probably in his personal life too, but nobody measures.
You know, all the guys said is in terms of women. I'm glad you got it. See, they're all in the gutter.
What? They're like trying to say I'm a 2 or not. Sorry. Look, we all work in television. Okay, if we were as good as Tiger, we would not be working at TV. We would be on TV playing golf.
And who are you wearing today?
What am I wearing? Let's see. I pulled this sleeveless shirt that I thought would be cool. As always, this is tough weather, so my shoes are FootJoy. I'm a big FootJoy fan. This might be a Greg Norman brand. I don't know.
It says Hilton Head.
Yeah, well, it's from Hilton Head. Yeah, gotcha.
Okay. And which pro golfer are you most like?
Most like? That's wishful thinking. I mean, you know, who would you like to be like? I don't know. That's a good question. You know, I certainly would like to have the swing of many of the women on the LPGA consistently. Michelle Wee's got a fabulous swing. She's obviously had her ups and downs in her career. But, you know, I prefer to compare myself to the amateurs I have to play. So.
Okay. All right, how do you feel going into this tournament?
Today?
So,
I think we have no business being on this golf course in the middle of the day at 100 degrees.
I guess Pete.
You don't feel good about it?
Nah, you know, it's like, this is crazy.
Who can you beat here? Come on, of all the
Got
guys
it?
you know.
I think that most of us are kind of evenly matched. You know, we just want to have some fun. This really is. This is about having some fun.
How do you feel about
And we have a pro involved, right? Right. So obviously we're all going to be guinea pigs because I think it's always a good opportunity to see. This is like, you know, playing fix-it golf or something like that. But it's always a good opportunity for people to see a pro instruct somebody, and I welcome that.
And how do you feel about this course?
Pine Ridge is a beautiful course. I hope that we get to the par 3 on the front, which I don't know if it's number 7 or number 8. Beautiful course over the reservoir. This is a gorgeous golf course. This is a real treasure in public golf courses.
If this were a Survivor golf, who would go first? Who'd be voted off the island?
You know what? It just depends on which game you leave in the trunk and which game you bring to play. So I'm not going to venture to guess.
Speaking of games in the trunk, Jayne, you came in with 3 clubs.
Correct.
And a glove. Very Clint Eastwood. What's up with that? Is that all about
I
mental?
actually don't like to spend a lot of time on the range before I play. What I really prefer to do is do a little chipping and some putting to get a feel for the green. All you're trying to do is get your timing. So I knew that we had a little timing, so I brought my driver, although I really prefer not to do too much practicing, especially when it's 100 degrees. And we got to play. Good stuff. Thank you.